Hello friends, here's a quick question. Have you ever felt a little puffier after a salty meal? Maybe your rings get tight or your blood pressure monitor looks like it's mad at you. Well, you're not alone. If you have high blood pressure or if you've been told you are borderline, what you eat can make a huge difference, and I mean substantial difference. Let's forget the stats, the fact that there are 126 million Americans who have blood pressure. This video is about you, your heart, and your brains, and your kidneys, and your energy. Today, I'm giving you the top 10 foods to avoid if you want to get the blood pressure under control naturally without medications. And let's stick around. I'll have a little bonus Dr. Logic round at the end that might just surprise you. Hello friends, I'm Dr. T. I'm board certified in cardiology and lifestyle medicine. Let's start with number 10, bread. Who doesn't love bread? I remember when I was growing up, my Aunt Romana made fresh bread every Saturday for the entire week for the whole family, and nothing really beats a warm, fluffy slice, right? But not all bread is created equal. And here's the kicker. Some breads, specially packaged or processed ones, are sneaky salt bombs. One slice of sandwich bread can have up to 200 milligrams of sodium, and you multiply by 2 and you throw in some salty daily meats and you are halfway to your daily limit. You want to pick whenever possible whole grains and low sodium breads, and you want to make sure they don't have high fructose corn syrup, that it's not good for you either. Let's look at number 9, canned vegetables. Vegetables are an essential part of a healthy diet, but when it comes to canned varieties, you may be getting more sodium than you bargained for, because canned vegetables often come packed in a brine that's loaded with sodium. And one serving can have more salt than a bag of chips, no joking. And what's the ideal vegetables? You want to buy fresh whenever you have access to them. If you can't buy fresh, your best option will be frozen vegetables, because they're just as nutritious and they don't have the added salt. But if you're on a budget and you're going for the canned vegetables, one thing you could do is drain the can, rinse with fresh water, and let the veggies sit for a while. You will wash off a good chunk of that salt. Number 8, frozen meals. Life gets busy in today's fast-paced world, and frozen meals could be a lifesaver on busy days. However, the convenience often comes at a cost. And in case of frozen meals, that cost is a lot of sodium. And don't be fooled by labels that say vegetarian or vegan. Even those so-called healthy vegetarian options are packed with too much sodium. Let me give an example. Even a plant-based corn dogs, one serving is almost 500 milligrams of sodium. But what's a serving? A serving is just one corn dog. And let's be honest, who is going to eat just one corn dog? Probably not me. And let's look at 4 vegetarian nuggets. It's 300 milligrams of sodium. And again, we're probably not going to stick with just 4. You're going to eat a lot more than that. You want to consider making your own freezer-friendly meals at home using fresh ingredients. But if you're going to buy them on the store, make sure you read the labels and look for frozen meals that have 600 milligrams of sodium or less. Number 7, let's look at pickles and pickled foods. A lot of folks love pickles. They are delicious, they are crunchy, they are tangy, and in their defense, they have 0 fat and very little calories. But one medium dill pickle can have up to 800 milligrams of sodium. You eat 3, you hit 2,400 milligrams a day. That's more than the entire recommended daily amount. And same goes for olives, sauerkraut, and other pickled treats. If you are craving that crunch, try low sodium versions or eat them an occasional treat, not as a side dish. Let's look at condiments. You think it's just a dab of ketchup or a little mayo, maybe a splash of a hot sauce. But these tiny additions pack a salty punch. Let's look at mayo. 1 tablespoon will have 95 milligrams of sodium, plus 11 grams of fat. And again, putting mayo on your burgers or in your sandwich, that fat can really add up and leading to you being overweight or obese, which of course will exacerbate your high blood pressure. Ketchup can have up to 200 milligrams per tablespoon. And some hot sauces will have 190 milligrams per teaspoon. I mean teaspoon. And who uses just 1 teaspoon? Most people will get the hot sauce dump all over things like your fish or your eggs or your colored greens. Mustard. Some mustard are not as bad. They have like 55 milligrams per teaspoon. But to reduce your sodium intake, you want to swap them out for homemade versions using herbs and spices. And try flavorful alternatives like red chili peppers or dried peppers or pepper flakes. Peppers are very healthy and very good for you. If you want to learn more about peppers, watch this video, How to Prevent a Heart Attack with Chili Peppers. I'll put the link above and on the description below. Let's look at canned soups and broths. Soups, comfort food with a catch. There is nothing quite a warm bowl of soup on a chilly day, but store-bought canned soups and broths can be loaded with salt to enhance flavor and extend the shelf life. Some canned soups have up to 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. And let's be honest, most of us will eat the whole can, not just 1 serving. And don't be fooled by veggie options. They often contain some of the highest salt levels. What's the best option? Make your own. It would be ideal. If not, look for low sodium or reduced sodium cans. Let's look at deli meats and cured meats. Turkey, ham, bacon, salami, sausage, smoked salmon. Tasty? Yes, but saltier than you think. 2 ounces of deli turkey may have up to 600 milligrams of sodium. 3 slices of bacon, 300 milligrams of sodium. And let's not even talk about hot dogs. Some may have up to 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So you want to skip the processed stuff. You want to use fresh grilled ingredients or chicken or tuna or turkey or beans for proteins. And remember, the longer the shelf life of a product, the shorter will be yours. And let's look about alcohol. I'm all for raising a glass to celebrate, but excessive alcohol consumption can have serious implications for your blood pressure. Alcohol raises your blood pressure by 2 mechanisms. It stimulates the sympathetic nervous system and increases the cortisol levels in your body. For those who have blood pressure, limiting alcohol intake is essential for managing your blood pressure. And how much can you expect to drop? You can expect 6 millimeters for the systolic and 4 millimeters for the lower number, the diastolic. Quite significant. And number 2, simple carbs and the sugary foods. Simple carbs, the sweet temptations, no doubt about it, are not only high in calories but also lack essential nutrients. They are in fact empty calories. We're talking about white stuff, white bread, white pasta, white rice. We're talking about the sugar-sweetened beverages. And consuming these regularly will lead to weight gain, which is a risk factor for high blood pressure. And additionally, the high sugar content in these drinks can contribute to insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome, both of which are associated with high blood pressure. Here's a fun fact. Just 1 large donut can have 300 milligrams of sodium and over 300 calories. It can also have over 40% fat and over 50% carbs. And in general, especially if you have high blood pressure, donuts are not your best friend. But what's the alternative? You want to swap out the white bread for whole grain. You want to swap the white rice for brown rice. You want to swap the white pasta for whole pasta. And there are other pastas like chickpea pasta and quinoa pasta that are a lot healthier because they have a lot more fiber. And regarding the drinks, the best drinks will be plain water and teas, green tea, hibiscus tea, very healthy. Just make sure you're not adding sugar to them. And number one, foods to avoid: processed foods and restaurant foods. This is the big one. 70% of the sodium we eat does not come from the salt shaker. It does not come of salt added while you're cooking. It comes from processed and restaurant foods. Let's give you some examples. Instant noodles. The innocent looking little seasoning packet has over 1500 milligrams of sodium. A fast food burger may have over 1000 milligrams. 3 slices of bacon can be almost 300 milligrams of sodium. Obviously, if you have bacon, you're going to have more than 3 slices. And even a hot dog can have as much as 800 milligrams of sodium. So processed foods is something you want to avoid as much as possible. And while eating out, you want to pick a restaurant that may be offering lower sodium versions, and you want to make sure you get the dressings on the side. If it comes in a box, if it comes in a bag, it's a commercial product, it's probably not your heart's best friend. And if you want to learn more about lowering your blood pressure without medications, decreasing salt in your diet, watch this video, Top 10 Tips to Lower Sodium in Your Diet. I'll put a link above on the description below. And here's the bonus that I promise you. Let's think like a doctor. Is salt restriction important for everyone? Not really. Only about 50% of people with high blood pressure are salt sensitive, but we don't have an easy test for that. So if you notice bloating or weight gain after eating salty foods, you are probably salt sensitive. I can tell you I'm very salt sensitive. I go out to one of my favorite restaurants in town, and next day my weight is up by 2 pounds and my blood pressure is up. And is sodium the only mineral that matters regarding blood pressure? Nope. Potassium is your blood pressure's best friend. It helps balance out sodium. Foods like legumes, beans, and sweet potatoes and spinach, avocados are rich in potassium. If you want to learn more about potassium-rich foods, watch this video, Top 10 Potassium-Rich Foods to Lower Your Blood Pressure. Put a link above and on the description below. And remember, your health, your most precious asset. Take control. See you next video.